this Mark's Reviews and Tutorials video. We're talking today about how to get a tight wheel off, not tight nuts. This has had unbelievably tight nuts. This actually, if you have a look here, these are KC tools, really good quality. These are adapters, different sizes. I had those two together onto my breaker bar here to get these off, and it actually sheared. You can see there, sheared that bar clean off. So unbelievable tension on all of these nuts. I may even have to replace the nuts here. I've had a look, they're not stressed, but they've been so over tightened. We had this breaker bar with my bar on it and full weight, everything we had to get that to calm down. If you want to look at how to get tight wheel nuts off, have a look. I'll put a video up, a link to a video up the top there. But now the problem is, if you see there's rust on the head here, it's actually stuck on to the wheel. We have been hitting this. Normally the wheel will just come straight off. With the BMW, there's a central spiral that it sits in place, because we have wheel studs, not nuts, so the studs come out. Normally you can just pull on here and they come out, or if worst comes to worst, you can kick it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we've been kicking on here. Don't kick your wheel, obviously, kick the rubber to get it to break and come off. Down here we've got a big Matic and we were hitting it, trying to get it off. It's just so unbelievably solid. I even got just a little bendy bar because there is a little gap here, but it just bent like butter. I stuck it in and it just didn't do anything at all. But now, after kicking and kicking, we've got it just loose a little bit. So hopefully it's going to come off. But the methods, if you've got all your nuts off and it still won't come off, firstly, you should just pull it like that and it should come off. But as you can see, that's not coming off at all. But I've been laying into it with the old boots over here and it's come forward just a millimetre. So I'm going to kick it on this side and hopefully it'll come out, but we will see. Now, for safety's sake, I will put a nut in and just do it up a couple of threads, just so the wheel doesn't come off. I don't want the wheel to get damaged. I don't want me to get damaged. I don't want the car to get damaged. So now, no way is that tight or going to get in the way, but just stops things from falling off. So, yeah, that's just gone straight back on again. It is starting to move. I can see it moving on the, oh yeah, here we go, top and bottom. Oh, goodness me. You can see that moving in the video or not. This is by far the tightest I've ever had. But now that I've got it to this point, and the only thing that's worked has been kicking it, even hitting it with the Matic. That was the blunt end of the handle of a Matic. Wasn't giving it the force I needed. I needed to kick it with the Bluntstones. Just, oh, here we go, there's a bit of movement again. So it is just a matter of keeping on going. I mean, the things to check, you make sure you have got the car off the ground. Make sure that all the nuts are out, you haven't forgotten one. But certainly from time to time, if the wheel hasn't been changed for a while, or in this, like, it's been done up insanely tight and there's quite a bit of rust, we're actually going to paint up that brake hub here. So I think that what's happened is the rust and it's swelled out a little bit. Yeah, that is coming off. But, and make sure this nut stays loose. You don't want it to, if you come out a little bit and it gets tight, obviously it's going to stop it from coming off. I need you to move, Mr. Cameraman. Yeah, see that moving from side to side now? Oh yeah, here we go. That's better. But rather than hitting it and breaking it anyway, don't impact the wheel at all. Maybe if you want to hit it with a rubber hammer, that's fine. But outside that, don't go impacting the wheel. I'll be keeping it impact to the tyre. And then, hopefully, gotta be close now. I can see right down in there. It's going to be kicked all the way off. Look at it. This guy doesn't want to come. Feels like I'm kicking it on. Obviously, before we put this back on again, we're going to need to sand. I'll show you once I've got it off. There's a little circle in here which fits into the back of the mag, and because it's rusted and expanded, that needs to be sanded back. It doesn't take much because it's just rust holding it. That needs to be sanded back, and then this might happen. Come on. Oh yes, that was a movement. Oh, there we go. Let's have a look at the culprit here. Now this is mag. Have a look in here. You can see where the rust has bitten on there, but the corrosion won't be here. See, a bit of a wipe, and that'll come off. You have a look here on the hub, where this has been and how we've had to get it off. This is because of the rust that's come on this hub here. And what I've done as part of this restoring project is we rub these back, get the rust off, and rub these back as well. Put a bit of paint, and then this doesn't happen. But there you go, how to get off a tight wheel. Just work at it and keep on going, even if it's only a little millimetre at a time. That's the way to get them off.